Welcome to the Northwest Bruin Football Show. I'm the head coach, Josh Robinson, and we're here to have our opening show for the 2025 football season. We had some technical difficulties that prevented us from doing the previous week, and so this will be our first one. We started our season by defeating Cahola Creek 35-13, and then we moved on to North Murray, our second game in a row at home to begin the 2025 season with such a wonderful group of seniors that work really hard and really are good people. And unfortunately, we came up short. Very unique game, but again, like both teams had to experience the lightning delay at halftime. That was an hour. We appreciate all those fans and everyone from Bruin staff and everything that stayed to support these young men as they are taking the field and in a battle each and every week. North Murray was coming off of a big win over Dalton, 49-42, and so we knew how explosive their offense was, and our defense did a good job to limit them to 21, but at the same time, we did not do a good job of getting the ball back for our offense. They had more limited opportunities. Kind of all started on the first drive when we had them stopped and fake punt. We weren't aggressive enough coming up. We had a misalignment, which led to a fake, and they drove down to the goal line. But our offense took over there, and we were able to stop them from getting in the end zone in that particular possession. But things were just out of sync. We've been injured at linebacker. We lost a couple in the Cahola Creek game. We lost another one against North Murray, and so hopefully those things will be fixed. Our offense is very explosive, very talented young men, and just we're out of rhythm on Friday night. And that's unfortunate because our guys are so talented, and the coaching staff has worked really hard this week, our offense and defensive coaches, to kind of get ready for being without certain players on Friday and to get the issues that we have fixed. That's kind of what we do, and our guys they're remarkable. They go out every day and work, and we look forward to that this coming week against Dalton High School. Right now, let's go over some offensive stats on the night. Gavin was 9 for 21 for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. The second half was superb. He played really well. We had some unfortunate drops that would have led to his numbers being greater. It could have changed the whole aspect of the game, and sometimes the receiver's got to make a difficult catch, and Gavin can't put the ball exactly where they just put their hands up and catch it. And Gavin also had moments where he was a little bit off too, and that's kind of high school football. That's all levels of football, and Gavin is such a competitor who works really hard. Again, I've said it before, he's one of the best we've ever had, and we're very thankful to have him. And on the same token, he also had 9 carries for 74 yards for us on Friday. Had a couple called back on what I'll call questionable holding calls. He just is such a threat with his arm and his feet. Having that dual threat guy back there is so beneficial to our football team, and we appreciate what he offers us. Gage Parker had 9 carries for 22 yards on the night. We didn't have a lot of running room early. We had a couple of missed assignments up front that we didn't really see the first week. But again, he was able to get some tough yardage. In the second half, he was able to churn out more yards. And then Xavier Villaforte came in with a carry for 3 yards for us. And we're thankful for those guys and their willingness to run hard in between the tackles for us. Receiving-wise, Corbin Bates had 1 catch for 23 yards and a touchdown. Corbin's been really consistent for us this year. He's had a couple of touchdowns, caught the ball over the top of the defense. He can stretch. He can the defense by the fact that he has good speed and can run past people. We'll continue to grow his role as we go through the season. Cade Mitchell had followed up last week's fantastic outing with another one against North Murray. He had 5 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. Cade's really, really talented. He was a guy that was on the cusp last year and came in and played in some games, did some good things, did great things on JV for us, and he just kind of had to learn how to play the game. He'd always kind of been, for a couple of years, he was the quarterback and different positions, and he had to come in, and he's done a really good job working with Coach Cole, who does a great job with our receivers and has developed into one of the best playmakers that we have. Cal Manning only had one catch for 7 yards, but Cal played a huge role in our offense. He did a great job blocking. He runs the right routes, which, again, some people wonder, why don't this guy catch the ball more, or why don't that guy? Defenses give different looks. There's very few times that we throw the ball to a particular receiver if it's not a screen. On a screen, that's kind of like a pitch and catch. Okay, throw it to this guy. After that, it is post-snap reads. The protection has to be good. What's the defense doing? Does the defense give different looks? Do they accidentally give different looks? Like, there's so many things that go into it. And Cal's going to have his opportunities for us. And, some of these other names that we've mentioned or will mention, their number of catches will go up and down as the season goes on. I've said it on other media outlets before. Like, we have a lot of guys at this position that we feel good about. And Cal is definitely one of them with his toughness and willingness to block. And his knowledge of what we're doing on offense, as his skill set. Evan Jones had 2 catches for 40 yards. Evan is a very talented player. He is working towards that consistency that we look forward to seeing out of him. Very explosive young man, one of the fastest young men we've ever had, and he'll continue to work. He really cares about football. And wants to accomplish great things for us and see us be successful. Also on the night, Kyle Cummings ended up averaging 34.5 yards per punt, which is really good. Lucas Amos is our snapper. We will probably see these guys later doing a really good job for us. That's kind of a lost cause. And then Bo Broderick is our kicker. He went 1 for 2 on extra points. Bo has came out. He wasn't eligible for varsity because he came from another school last year, but did a great job on JV for us. He is really our kickoff guy. Neri Martinez is injured right now and will be back soon. We look forward to having those guys out there. But in the meantime, Bo has done a fantastic job for us. He's such a relentless worker and will do everything he can to be successful for himself and the team. At this time, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Here we are entering the field. We're appreciative of Coach Crossan and the support he gives us and getting everything ready, and Miss Jones and all our administrators. Here we have a great kick, like a fantastic kick by Bo. He's really just started working on these kind of things and has done a great job for us. They throw a swing screen right here. Their running back, Jacob Lee, gets out there. One of our defensive ends, while he gets in on the tackle, running some motion stuff, and Jacob Lee gets out there and is able to slow him down. And Cade Parker in on the tackle with our corner. I believe that was Kyle Cummings there. Here they run the jet sweep, try to cut it back. Our guys are flowing the football. I think everybody around here saw what this young man for North Murray did versus some other teams, and he's just really talented. They throw the ball deep. Cade Parker on the coverage right there against him. They end up faking the punt. Again, we made a couple of errors there. They're kind of holding us on the perimeter, but you can see Jacob Lee going to where he's supposed to, and Levi Crawford flying to the football, making a tackle. Here's Damian Tostada, Jacob Lee. I believe Walker Jones was in on that tackle. Lucas Amos coming in. One of those dangerous tackles, not that he did anything wrong. It's just one of those dangerous tackles in a football game that ended up happening. Here you can see Kyle Cummings. Cade comes in and makes the contact, and Kyle's ripping on the ball from the very beginning. He's just a playmaker for us. We definitely want him to continue to do great things, and he will. Great protection by our offensive line, and a great catch by Evan Jones. This is what that young man's capable of, able to get us a third down, and we're at the goal line, and not a lot of places to go, and he ends up getting it and gaining several yards for us. And here, Gavin, we don't want him to take that hit, but he turns and follows the back and goes through. Again, a really short first quarter, unlike the Cahola game. If you were here, that kind of seemed like it lasted forever. This went by, felt like in about 15 minutes. And here Gavin gets a huge gain down the side, but unfortunately it was deemed to be holding. Not my decision, of course. Here we throw the ball out to Cal, and I believe Corbin was blocking for him. Cal weaves through and picks up some yardage, and then a big catch by Cade Mitchell here up near midfield. We end up putting the ball away. Lucas Amos on another tackle for us going, just making big plays for us. I believe they ended up scoring on that drive. They caught a long pass, and then were able to just work it in. Here's a really tough catch by Cade Mitchell. They kind of stand over us, taunt us a little bit, but that's okay. It's high school football. This is a big rivalry. That's the way it should be. Here, Harlan Cook with one of his pressures, and Jacob Lee looking great on the pursuit, making him throw the ball way out of bounds, and ultimately forced them in the third down. They picked it up. But our defense was starting to hold here, and we're starting to get a feel for the game, and every game's different. Jacob Lee, and I believe that's Landon Gray, Harlan Cook in on the tackle. Some pressure here by Wahid Arnold and Lucas Amos. Just a great play by Lucas. Again, experienced football player, tackling, spinning, gets an intentional grounding, which is a sack. And then Wahid Arnold, Lucas Amos again, Levi Crawford, trying to see all the names. We get some great pressure. Coach Miter does a good job. There's the horse collar with our hand in front, even though we had him in the back as well. And then just an outstanding play by Harlan Cook for us, stopping that screen. They get a punt off, kind of keep us deep, and then we run. Gavin right here, he gets loose. Gavin's so elusive, and he's a tough defend for any opposing defense. Just a great throw right here. Again, another really good catch by Evan. Really good throw by Gavin. But we're just not giving our offense enough opportunities. We're a little bit out of sync. Gavin with a great scramble here up towards the 43-yard line. We run a few plays. We're looking backside. He's scanning the field. Again, there's not many quarterbacks in high school that can do that. Cade comes away with a catch, and at the end of the half, ultimately we have to punt, and we go in at halftime with North Murray 7 and Northwest 0. At this time, let's take a look at our corporate sponsors. Welcome back to the Northwest Bruin Football Show. Let's talk a little bit about our defense. Again, we went in a little shorthanded, and it became a little worse in the third quarter. We lost some of our key guys, and then we have an injured player in Jacob Lee that toughed it out. Such a tough young man, and we kind of lost the ability to flow and play within our defense. We had to start guessing and running people different places to kind of make up for it, because, again, we started the year with about 6 linebackers with varsity ready, and we're down to 2.5 full healthy ones. So, but that has improved during the week. We hopefully will have a couple of these guys back. They're on the borderline of returning for Dalton. But in the meantime, against North Murray, Levi Crawford, one of our vocal leaders, one of the hardest working young men that we've had 46 plays on the evening and ended up with 5 tackles, a tackle for a loss, and a sack. He's all over the field. He got an unfortunate penalty for horse collar. He dove. His hand was up front of the young man, but they deemed that he pulled him backwards. It is what it is. Nothing we can do about that, but one thing we can control is our effort, and Levi Crawford always has that. He's such a wonderful young man, did a lot of good things in the offseason with his academics, as a lot of our guys had. So, Levi's a guy that we're definitely counting on. Wahid Arnold came on with 4 tackles, a sack, and a tackle for a loss. Wahid is not a big individual, and he knows that. We all know that, but he has a big heart, plays really hard for us, and did some really good things and has really advanced since the spring. He was on the cusp. Is he going to be a starter? Is he not? How many plays is he going to play? And he's really established himself in that role to pick up a lot of plays on a Friday night. Owen Crawford is Levi's brother. He starts at nose for us and plays really hard, goes the right direction, really understands our scheme, and what we're trying to accomplish with our different calls, and does a fantastic job. He ended up with a tackle and a quarterback pressure for us on the evening. Landon Gray Bishop he is a very talented young man. He started his career here at D-line. He moved to linebacker. We really wanted to see, and he wanted to see how successful he'd be. His senior year, we just felt like it was fit him better to go back down. We thought he could be a playmaker, and he's proven to do that. He had 5 tackles and 2 quarterback pressures in a role where he's playing multiple defensive line spots. So we're really proud of him. Also, Colton Bagley, one of the most talented D linemen that we have, is young and new to varsity and just trying to find that consistency. And when he finds that consistency on and off the field, that's when things will really come together for him, and going to make some big plays for us. On the evening, he ended up with 4 tackles, a sack, 2 tackles for a loss, and a forced fumble. He has the speed of a linebacker, plays really hard. Again, he's still gathering the knowledge that these older guys have of what's going on and how things fit together. And when he gets that, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Ulysses Salinas starting to move around the D-line more and not just being limited to one spot. Really cares about our football team, really wants to be successful. Ended up with a tackle and a quarterback pressure for us. And then Isaiah Carroll is a guy who missed 2 or 3 weeks, who is in our defensive line rotation. He will get more playing time as we go. He's a very valuable part to our football team. At linebacker, Lucas Amos, a 3-year starter, had one of those spectacular games that he has become known to do. He had 14 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and 2 sacks, and also a recovered fumble. He's just all over the field, plays as hard as he can. But what is lost for a fan is they see his name and see what he's doing, but what is lost is they don't realize what he's doing on the field from a vocal leadership standpoint with the front 7, getting the calls in, the inexperienced linebackers, all that. He and Jacob Lee do a fantastic job with that, and we're thankful for him. Harlan Cook, we started in one defense. We kind of moved to another. There's a lot of similarities and a few differences, and Harlan came in and had a few tackles for us on the night, played a tight end, very physical. I thought he played his role for our football team really well, had 2 pressures as well as those tackles. Jacob Lee, again, we've mentioned him. He's a very smart individual. Again, I've said that about a lot of these kids, which allows me, as I'm calling the defense, to do different things and give different looks, which is beneficial for our entire football team, especially our defense. He had 12 tackles on the night. Jacob's all over the field. He cares about our football team immensely. Started at H-back for us, and we wanted him to become a more prominent part of our football team, and we needed him. So we moved him to defense, and he's done a spectacular job. He struggled some health concerns early in the season that we hope get corrected over the next few weeks as we play Dalton and then move into an off week and play Southeast after that. So we're really looking forward to having Jacob healthy again. Damian Tostada had 8 tackles on the night. New guy for us, broke his arm his freshman year, came back, had a good sophomore year, learning the position, probably was had a bigger affinity to offense, and then came along and did a fantastic job. Has really adapted to linebacker. He went out in the 3rd quarter, but fortunately we will have him back on Friday because he is a playmaker. He's a long, strong kid that can really run at the linebacker position in North Georgia. So we're thankful for him. DB stats, there's going to be one that almost seems fake, and that's that Cade Parker had 28 tackles. These were not solo tackles, but involved in slowing down the runner's momentum. He's all over the field. He's one of the best players that we've had here. Very talented, does a great job for us. We can put him in coverage, and he might end up with 2 tackles on any given night, or we can use him as we used him last Friday, and that's to go make tackles for us in different ways, and he can end up with 28. So Cade is a really talented young man. Our other safety, Walker Jones, had 11 tackles on the evening, plays really hard, really smart, and has improved from his junior year to senior year at safety as much as probably anybody we've ever had. Not that he was bad last year, it's just he understands. He understands how to use his body to his advantage. Just a really good young man. Kyle Cummins continues to play offense as our punter, as our kick returner, as our punt returner, does a little bit of everything for us. And on defense, he had 10 tackles a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. The forced fumble and fumble recovery were huge. They had gotten down to about the 4-yard line on the first drive, and he was able to pull that thing loose. So really good job by Kyle on the evening. Max Harrison, first-year starter, but a really talented young man for us, had 5 tackles, didn't really have a lot of opportunities. Max is fearless. He's not scared to cover anybody. He's not scared to tackle anybody. His understanding of our defense has become so much greater, and we're really lucky to have Max out on the field for us. Sebastian Johnson is a sophomore who has played in what I would call a part-time role. As the season progresses, he will become more of a full-time role guy for us, or at least that's what we anticipate, where he can play corner and safety for us, and our free safety position that we have. He's a talented young man, and again, as a sophomore, he's learning everything, but he's doing a really good job. He wants to be good, which matters a ton in the game of football. And then Alex Townsend, a very consistent senior for us, hasn't really found his way on the field until this year, had a really good spring, dealt with some things in the summer, but was able to overcome them and get back in the rotation and do a really good job for us. We're thankful for Alex. He's a really good story. Because he stuck it out when he was in the day and age of where if I'm not starting, I'm not going to play, all those things. And Alex is not that guy and has found a role, has started a game for us, and will continue to move around, and we will for sure count on him as the season goes along. So that was a summary of our defense. Now let's take a look at the second half highlights. We start the second half on offense with good field position as we go to the 36-yard line. Here, and our offensive line doing much better with assignments, and Gage Parker gets up and gets a 4-yard gain, and Coach Sam's doing a really good job with our offensive staff, Coach Hall and Coach Cole, deciding we wanted to go with some tempo and try to move fast, and we pick up a first down, and now you can start to see the rhythm of the offense more. It's kind of like a shooter, kind of like those things, like you have to kind of get in flow. Here Gavin weaves around and picks up several yards for us with that extra effort, getting up past midfield, and then Gage Parker again with our O-line doing a fantastic job getting to the 40. Here we are running our quarterback sweep with a lot of lead blockers by those receivers on some linebackers. That's not seen very often. Great job by our guys. And then we fake the run again, and then Cade Mitchell's wide open to catch a touchdown. And then Lucas Amos on the snap, Cade Mitchell on the hold, and then Bo Broderick adds the extra point to bring the score to 7-7. For the Bruins. We kick off here, definitely want to stop, kind of felt like we had the momentum. They fumbled the ball around a little bit. Our guys are pursuing. Good job by the North Murray guy, kind of getting getting the ball and getting some positive yards out of it with Lucas Amos on that stop. And then here we have a slew of Bruins, almost everybody in the front 7 playing. Great fit right there by Levi Crawford, definitely wanting to stay on that tackle. Cade Parker in. Wahid Arnold, all those kind of things. Another tackle, I believe, that is Colton Bagley. I didn't get a great look there, but here's a great pressure by Colton Bagley again. Tostada picks up a sack, and we've got guys flying around to the ball, and ultimately Colton misses the tackle, calls the pressure, missed the tackle, and comes back and gets the tackle and a sack and causes a fumble. So, just our guys playing really hard. Great pursuit, great tackle by Cade Parker right there on the perimeter. We're playing some games up front right here, trying to make them feel uncomfortable. It's what our guys do when we pursue. And again, anybody that watched the game last week knows how elusive this young man is. And our guys are corralling him and keeping him in there, giving our offense another opportunity. We throw a fast screen here. Cade Mitchell's fast himself, ends up picking up a huge gain down inside the 35-yard line. Then Gage Parker comes back with some tough yards. A good job by our O-line. Logan Stevens, and I believe Ryder Smith, Trenton Hampton, Julian Quintero, Zach Rydens, and Talon Edwards all up there for us. We get a big gain. They called hold on our center on the nose on a play that's going about 20 yards the other way. It is what it is. We come back. Gavin scrambles and picks up a big play for us, and then Corbin Bates finishes it off, catches the ball for us, and scores the touchdown. We end up missing the extra point. Unfortunately, we really needed to get a stop there, and they get down and end up scoring to put themselves up 21-13, but we still got time. Gavin's really fast young man, gets a big gain, and we get up to midfield, and It's just unfortunate we weren't able to get a few calls here on them turning and spinning our guys around, but that's football, especially when you're all jumbled up like that. It's really difficult to make those calls, and our guys are still flying around late in the game, trying to get tackles, trying to give our offense one more opportunity. We're lined up, playing hard. We got some sophomores out there playing out of position, again, due to the injuries that we have, but our guys fight until the final whistle. That unfortunately ends up with North Murray 21 and Northwest 13. At this time, let's take a look at our corporate sponsors. Welcome back to the Bruins Football Show. We want to mention a few of our competing sports that are going on right now. Our softball team has a lot of young players playing and has upset a couple of people this year. And Coach Gray and Coach Redmond and those guys are Coach Lambert, they're all really working hard with those young ladies, and we wish them the best of luck. Our band will begin competition season soon, and we certainly wish Coach Vanoy the best of luck as he goes into that. Does a great job, very supportive of the football team. We appreciate him. Coach Enlow and our cheerleaders, I believe, go to competition either this weekend or next, and we wish them the best of luck. Again, very supportive of Northwest football, and we do appreciate that as well. Our cross-country team, Dale Richards, he does a fantastic job with those guys. Our prayers are out there for him as he goes through some health things that he's dealing with, and we wish him the best of luck with that. And in the meantime, we wish our cross-country team best of luck as well. And our volleyball team, our girls are working really hard. Megan Torbett, I believe, just picked up her 1,000th assist as the setter for the volleyball team. We have some really talented seniors and a really good group of girls, and encourage you guys to go out and support them as well. Now back to football. We finally get to begin our sub-varsity season this coming week, which we're really looking forward to. Our guys have kind of been on that long grind, between North Cobb Christian scrimmage and playing next week. Our freshmen play at Trine, and our JV plays here versus Dalton. And with that being the case, they finally get to open up after about a month of not getting any real football action against an opposing team. So that'll be really good for those young men who we try to get in on Fridays, especially if we get up. We're not going to be a team that's going to run the score up on anybody unless our JV scores on them, because we want to get our guys out, keep our main varsity guys healthy, and give those guys that work each week an opportunity to participate. Our varsity, there's a big game this week at Harmon Field. Very successful football program that I have a lot of respect for. My coaches have a lot of respect for, and our players do too. You can take the record of either team and look back in the series and throw it out the door. A lot of people want to try to make predictions based off of scores, and it's just like I said, the same thing last year. I believe Dalton was coming off a loss to North Oconee as they are this year. North Oconee won the state championship. A really good football team, and people want to try to predict the score. Oh, this will happen, that'll happen. Throw that all out the door. You're going to see a very passionate football game. Hopefully our guys can control our emotions, Dalton will control their emotions, and we can go play and put on a very entertaining game. I don't know what the outcome of the game will be because I think we're very similar teams, but I do know that the outcome will be our guys will play hard until the final seconds, and Dalton will do the same. It's going to be a great game, another one in the long line of things that have been games that have been played between the two of us. You know, we beat them last year in a close game. I anticipate a close game one way or another this year for sure. I certainly have confidence in our football team, but no, you know, I think Northwest has only beat Dalton at Harmon Field one time in the history, if I'm not mistaken. And so, like, it's going to be a challenge to go in there because of all that's accomplished, and they're a talented team. So, again, show up early if you want a seat, especially on the Northwest side. You better show up early because our fans show up and we'll support these boys no matter what. And we're so appreciative of that. Until the next time that we meet, this is Josh Robinson, Northwest Football.